Welcome to the Starting Galaxy tutorial. Except where otherwise indicated, this content is available for use under CC BY 40. The learning goals of this tutorial are to start compute for Galaxy on AnVIL, run tool to quality control sequencing reads, and stop compute to minimize expenses. Start compute. In order to start a cloud environment, you need to open a workspace where you can compute permission. Check that the access level shows either owner or writer. First, click on the Environment Configuration button. It looks like a cloud. Now click on Create New Environment. The dialog box that appears shows what version of Galaxy is available. These drop-down menus allow you to request multiple nodes with specific CPU and memory resources. The estimated cost for your cluster configuration will appear at the top of the dialog box. Once you have your cluster resources specified, click on Next. Click Create to start creating your cloud environment. Note that this will typically take between 8 and 10 minutes to complete. While your cloud environment is being created, the status will be displayed on the right-hand side. Shown here is the provisioning stage. You can click on the Galaxy icon to see the environment details. Once the Galaxy is running, you can click on the Open Galaxy button. The circle on the Galaxy logo will also appear green. You can also open Galaxy by clicking on the Galaxy icon and then clicking Open. You are now running Galaxy on AnVIL. If you navigate back to the first tab, you can see the compute resources you requested and the estimated cost per hour. You can edit these resources by clicking on the Galaxy logo and recreating your cloud environment. Run tool. Now that Galaxy is running, we will demonstrate how to upload data from an AnVIL workspace and run an analysis. First, let's switch back to the Browser tab with AnVIL to see what data is in this workspace. From here, click on the Data tab. Click on Files in the left-hand navigation menu to see what files are stored in this workspace bucket. Click on FastQC 2021 to see the files in that subdirectory. Here we find a DNA sequencing file with the extension FQ. Let's transfer this file into Galaxy and run the FastQC quality control tool. Back in the tab with Galaxy, click on Upload Data in the left-hand menu. Click on Choose Remote Files to browse through data in the AnVIL workspace. Click on Getting Started, which is the name of our current workspace. Click on Other Data to see files in the workspace bucket. Click on Files to see the actual files. Click on FastQC 2021 to see the files in the subdirectory. Finally, click on the file with the FQ extension. Once it is selected, click on OK. Click Start to start the transfer from the workspace into Galaxy. Once the status bar indicates 100% complete, click on Close. The right-hand history panel indicates that the upload is in progress or complete. Once it turns green, click on the title to display additional information. Click on the eye icon to view the data. The middle panel will show a preview of the first megabyte of the DNA sequencing reads. We will now use the FastQC tool to obtain some quality control statistics on these reads. Type FastQC into the tool search box in the left-hand panel. Clicking on the FastQC tool will display the tool configuration in the middle panel. In this case, the default settings should be fine. Click on Run Tool. The analysis will be submitted into the queue. The submissions appear grey in the history while it is waiting to run. Yellow indicates that the analysis is running. Green indicates that the analysis is complete. Once again, click on the eye icon to view the results. You can see more of the report by hiding a panel. Hover over the right panel boundary and click on the arrow to temporarily hide it. Voila! We can now explore the FastQC report in the middle panel. Stop compute. The right side panel back on AnVIL reminds you that Galaxy is running and how much this cloud environment costs per hour. You can minimize charges when you are not performing an analysis by stopping the Galaxy application in this cloud environment. To do this, click on the Galaxy icon. Click on Settings to edit existing environment. In the dialog box, click on Delete Environment. Make sure Keep Persistent Disk is selected. Then click Delete. This will start the process of releasing the CPU and memory resources for other people to use, thereby decreasing your costs. Note that you will still keep your disk with your data and be charged for that resource. After clicking Delete, Galaxy will disappear from the right sidebar. If you click on the cloud icon, editing is disabled for Galaxy because it is processing. If we wanted to resume Galaxy, we could start a new Galaxy session here. The file we uploaded from the workspace earlier would still be available. Delete files. Although we have reduced costs, there are still costs associated with keeping the files on the persistent disk. We will delete these files because we are done using Galaxy. Files in your workspace are separate and are not affected by deleting the persistent disk files. Click on the hamburger menu on the top left side. Expand your user menu and click on Cloud Environments. Because we kept the persistent disk, the cloud environment still costs money. If you are certain that you do not need the data on your disk, you can choose to delete it. Click on Delete. Click OK. This persistent disk is now free for others to use. When we check the workspace, we can see that it is no longer using cloud computing resources. In this tutorial, you started compute for your Galaxy on AnVIL, ran the tool to quality control sequencing reads, and stopped compute to minimize expenses. Possible next steps include explore data, run additional tools, or launch Jupyter or RStudio. Thank you to everyone who contributed.